It has begun. The clock is not just ticking, it is dissolving into the flow of inevitability. Right now, at this very moment, as your eyes scan these words, something more than just reading is happening. This is an energetic transmission, an activation code your soul has been waiting for millennia to receive. Tune in, not with your mind, but with your entire being, with every cell in your body. Breathe in. The air has changed. Do you feel it? It's become dense, thick. It smells like ozone after a storm that hasn't happened yet. This is the scent of the thinning fabric of reality. A turning point is coming. October 27th is not a date on a calendar. It is a portal. It is a time when the matrix will not just glitch, it will begin to crack at the seams, revealing the true structure of the cosmos. Your entire life, every fall, every tear, every moment of inexplicable longing, it was all just preparation, a long road to this single moment, to this breath, to this second. You are standing on the threshold, and the threshold is you. Your body is speaking to you. It whispers, and sometimes it screams. And you must understand, you are not sick. This strange, leaden, cellular fatigue that washes over you in waves is not burnout. It is your body shedding tons of old, spent energetic programs, like a snake shedding its skin. This fog in your head, this inability to concentrate, as if a translucent veil has dropped between you and the world. This is not absent-mindedness. It is the old, logical mind being forcibly disconnected because its processors cannot handle the new light codes. That subtle vibration in your body, in your legs, in your hands, especially at night, it is not nervous tension. It is your biological system tuning its frequency, calibrating to the new, pure tuning fork of the earth. And the tingling in your palms, the sudden heat in the soles of your feet, your centers of creation are awakening, remembering that they are tools for materializing thought. Chills or sudden hot flashes, unrelated to temperature, are the burning off of karmic debris at a cellular level. And that quiet, high-pitched, almost imperceptible hum in your ears, it is not tinnitus. It is the sound of the universe itself. This is not a symptom of illness. It is a symptom of your transition. Your body is remembering its original divine blueprint. Your emotions are an ocean in a storm, and this, too, is part of the process. That causeless, chilling, deep anxiety that rises from your solar plexus. It is not your anxiety. You, as a sensitive receiver, are picking up the collective fear of the old world as it agonizes, knowing its time has expired. And those sudden, unfounded bursts of crystalline, almost childlike optimism, when for a second the world seems perfect and full of love. That is not self-deception. These are glimpses, short connections to the new reality that is already here, just behind that thin veil. The tears that well up for no reason when you listen to music or look at the clouds. This is not sentimentality. Your body is using water to flush out ancestral pain, the grief of generations you have carried in your DNA. This is a cleansing. Flashes of anger, irrational irritation at small things. This is not a breakdown. It is your system forcefully deleting corrupt, toxic files of old beliefs and reactions. October 27th is the point of maximum tension. The energy flow, like a giant searchlight, is pulling everything that must be seen and released from the darkest cellars of your subconscious. To understand the essence of what is happening, discard the old models. What is happening on October 27th is not an astrological event. It is the quantum mechanics of the spirit. We will call it the awakening of the crystalline grid. Imagine that planet Earth is a living organism, enveloped in an invisible energy grid made of pure light and information. And each of you is not just a person. You are a living biological crystal, a critical node in this global network. For a long time, this network was in sleep mode, covered in the dust of fear, polluted by the static of the old matrix of pain and separation. Now, at this turning point, a powerful impulse of coherent light will be sent through the entire system. This isn't just a reboot, it is a complete and total activation. This impulse awakens every crystal node, meaning you, restoring its original purity, erasing the viral programs of lack and unworthiness. It is a return to the Creator's factory settings. It is a complete reset of the pain matrix and the beginning of operations in the new operating system of unity. Why now? Why you? Because a critical mass of light has been reached. A sufficient number of crystal nodes, like you, have already done the inner work to withstand the voltage of this impulse. The Earth itself, as a living consciousness, is raising its core resonant frequency, and the crystalline grid must be activated to match it. You are ready. Your body, your soul, has been preparing for this for ages. But understand the main thing. The energy arriving on October 27th is fundamentally different from anything that came before. This is not a soft, lulling wave you can get used to. This is a fiery, surgically precise photon beam that doesn't heal. It amputates. It is a scalpel of light that cuts away everything false, everything artificial, everything that is not your true essence. This is not an invitation to evolve. It is an unavoidable evolutionary leap, and you have only two options: jump with the wave or be swept away by its power. Resistance is futile. The old reality will be dismantled. Proof of this process is already everywhere, but you are looking in the wrong places. Stop looking at clocks or waiting for technology to fail. Look deeper. Have you noticed how the light is changing? How sunlight sometimes fractures into previously unseen hues, as if the air is filled with microscopic prisms. Pay attention to the clouds. They are forming strange, almost geometrically perfect patterns, like writings of light. This is the crystalline grid revealing its sacred geometry in the physical world. Listen to the silence. It is no longer empty. It now has a subtle, but distinct, ringing hum, as if a vast orchestra is playing, but at a frequency unavailable to the old hearing. Taste the water. Simple, pure water in many places is changing its taste, becoming softer, sweeter, as if its very structure has been rewritten. Do you feel sudden changes in atmospheric pressure when the sky is perfectly clear? That is not the weather. That is the breath of the awakening planetary grid. It is making itself seen, heard, and felt by those whose senses are open. And now, look within. The proof is even stronger there. Your body itself has become an indicator of truth. Do you notice how your tastes have changed? You are no longer drawn to heavy, dead food. Your body instinctively asks for living things: pure water, greens, fruits, food filled with light, liquid crystals that help your system rebuild. Alcohol, sugar, and chemical additives are now perceived not just as unhealthy, but as poison. The body physically rejects low vibrations, causing nausea or instant weakness. Your intuition has sharpened to the level of a superpower. It is no longer a quiet hunch. It is a loud, clear, unmistakable knowing. You just know where to go, who to call, what to say. Your internal compass is calibrated and connected directly to the global information network. And your dreams? They have become vivid, tangible, instructional. In your dreams, new light archives are being unpacked. Your nervous system is undergoing simulation and training for life in a new, higher density reality. And the most obvious change is in your relationships. People who seemed close just yesterday are suddenly disappearing from your radar. This isn't happening because of arguments or conflicts. It's quiet, natural, drama-free, as if a river is simply changing its course. A physical separation by vibration is occurring. Your awakening crystalline grid seeks only harmonic resonance, and any dissonant frequencies are naturally repelled from your field. You have begun to physically feel lies. When someone is untruthful or wears a mask, you feel it not with your mind, but with your body. As a sudden cold, an unpleasant smell, a dissonance in the air. Wearing your own masks has become physically unbearable. It causes a feeling of suffocation and rejection. Your system can no longer support incompatible files. It seeks and attracts only a pure, coherent signal, the energy of authenticity and an open heart. The old world of social games is over for you. Let's talk about what worries your mind, about money, about the flow of abundance. Understand a fundamental truth. All programs of poverty, scarcity, and struggle are not your reality. They are a virus code, a low-frequency interference, recorded onto your personal crystal and supported by the collective field of the old matrix. It is the static hiss that drowned out the music of your true creative power. The powerful light impulse that will pass through the crystalline grid on October 27th acts as a global antivirus stream. It burns these destructive programs at the deepest, cellular level. It is formatting your financial thinking. You stop chasing money because you remember that you are not a receiver, but a source. You are an active, shining node of creation in an infinite network. And when you are activated, the flow of abundance doesn't come to you from somewhere outside. It begins to pour through you from places that are unexpected and illogical to the old mind. You are the generator of reality. And now, about love. Your heart is the central, most important crystal in your entire personal energy system. And for most, it is covered in scars, micro-fractures from past pains, disappointments, and betrayals. These scars create distortions in the signal you transmit to the universe, which is why you attracted distorted relationships again and again. The awakening of the crystalline grid is laser surgery on your heart. A photon beam of the highest purity passes through your heart center, polishing it to a mirror shine, healing and erasing the old energetic records. All toxic, karmic connections that held you by etheric threads to the past simply fall away, vaporized in this light. And then your purified heart magnet begins to radiate a pure, coherent, harmonious signal. And this signal will not attract a half to fill your emptiness. It will attract another whole, shining being. It will not be a dance of dependence. It will be a dance of two free, sovereign universes who choose to create together. And the main promise of this time is you. That background, constant, exhausting noise in your head, that eternal anxiety that has been with you for as long as you can remember, it will disappear. It will evaporate. And silence will come. But it will not be the silence of emptiness. It will be a ringing, full, living silence of completeness. You will feel what it means to be truly home in your own body for the first time. From this state, a crystalline, diamond clarity will be born. You will know exactly who you are, why you are here, and what your next step is. No doubts, no wavering, just a deep, unshakable harmony and connection with the core of your being. And with this, your true creative power will awaken, not to do, but to be, and to allow the universe to create through you. This is your new operating state, the state of the Creator. It is as if, after a long life in a stuffy, windowless room, All the shutters have suddenly been thrown open to the sun and the fresh wind. But there is a price. Every dawn must be paid for with the night. Before the new operating system can be installed, the old one must be completely deleted. And this process is a fiery purification. You cannot build a temple of light on a rotten foundation of fear and pain. The foundation must be burned clean. In the coming days, at the peak of October 27th, a wave of cosmic fire will pass through you. This is necessary. It is like a high fever that burns out a virus before complete healing. The system must bring to the surface and incinerate all the old, dense energies you have stored in your cells, in your memory, in your ancestry. This will feel intense. It may be painful, but you must remember in every moment, this is not destruction. It is the preparation of sacred ground. It is liberation. You must allow this fire to do its work. And at the very peak of this purification, the system will give you a final exam. From the ashes of the old foundation, your shadow will rise. All your deepest fears, suppressed anger, unlived grief, profound guilt, all of it will rise to the surface with incredible force, demanding your attention. Your ego will scream in panic, begging you to return to familiar suffering. And the outside world, like a mirror, will reflect this process. People around you will begin to unconsciously test you. They will push your most painful buttons, provoke you, devalue you, try to pull you into the old drama. This is the final frontier. This is the deep cleaning before the new software is installed. Will you maintain the state of the pure, loving observer? Or will you get drawn back into the game of shadows? This is your ultimate test of sovereignty. So what should you do when the storm reaches its peak? The answer is paradoxically simple. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Your task is to become the total, silent, loving observer. Imagine you are sitting on a high riverbank, watching as a raging current carries all the trash past you. Old memories, painful emotions, frightening thoughts. You just watch. You do not jump into the river. You do not try to stop it. You do not analyze the trash. You just allow it to float by and disappear. Be in silence. Disconnect from the external noise, news, social media, empty conversations. Drink plenty of pure water. It is a liquid crystal, a perfect conductor for the new light codes. And most importantly, trust the process completely. Breathe deeply. Breathe through the pain. Breathe through the fear, knowing that this is not you, but what is leaving you forever. Do not interfere with the divine surgeon's work. And there are things you absolutely must not do during this sacred time. First and foremost, do not enter into conflict. Any argument, any struggle, any attempt to prove you are right is an immediate connection to the low frequencies of the old matrix. It is an installation failure. It is a rollback to the old, viral version of the program. Second, do not try to analyze what is happening with your mind. Your old processor, based on linear logic, is incapable of understanding a quantum leap. Trying to understand it will only cause panic and a system error. Third, do not cling to the old, not to people, not to habits, not to beliefs that suddenly feel heavy and alien. Let go, without regret. Your hand must be completely empty to receive the gifts of the universe. Do not drain your precious energy into the black hole of the old, agonizing reality. Your attention is currency, invested only in silence and trust. And then, silence will come. After the fire, after the storm, after the final exam, a deep, all-pervading, velvet silence will arrive. First inside, and then outside. And in this silence, you will feel an unprecedented lightness in your body, as if a lead suit has been removed. A diamond clarity will reign in your mind. The awakening of the crystalline grid is complete. The new operating system is activated. You will feel it as a perfect synchronization of your heart, soul, and mind, which for the first time in your life will sound like a perfectly tuned orchestra. You will understand, without words, that you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a single drop. The old world of illusion will dissipate like morning fog. You will see reality as it is, an infinite field of loving energy awaiting your command. Welcome home. You are the creator. You are